Hello, my name is Muhammad Khalid bin Hassan. Today, I am going to present about sustainable waste initiative of a company for their financial benefits. My meeting number is 2022-290-774. There are 9 case study companies that I have conducted, 4 in Malaysia and 3 outside of Malaysia, global company. So first is Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre Property. Next is Malaysia Airport. Then is Nestle Malaysia and Samdabi Malaysia. For the outside of Malaysia, I have Emma Properties on Burj Khalifa, Temasek Holding Singapore Changi Airport, and Bimbo Bakeries, United States of America. Firstly, on KLCC Property Holding. Recently, KLCC Property Holdings have adopted the food composting machine for reducing the cost. This is because the processing procedure of the machine technology requires less time to complete than the conventional techniques of composting organic waste. Composting organic waste frees up time that may be put to better use, which translates to financial saving and energy savings. The machine also produces non-toxic material, which leads to better management of waste, thus saves the cost on hiring toxic waste disposal service provider. Furthermore, the machine can be operated automatically and only by one person per machine, thus save the cost on hiring a full-time staff to manage it. There is no longer a need for a landfill, incineration, or any other compost treatment method which increase the cost of waste treatment of KLCC if any of it necessary. Thanks to the machine, food waste is no longer a problem as it can compost any type of organic waste such as vegetable, leftover meals, and animal carcasses, bone, and internal organ, hence decreasing the cost of multiple waste disposal methods. On the best part of the machine that is it only takes a low operating expense such as insurance costs, leasing costs, development costs, and much more. The budget can be used elsewhere to contribute to KLCC growth in general. It also takes a small floor space as it is compact and highly efficiency compared to other model and traditional method. It can transform 100 kg of waste material into 10 kg to 15 kg per day of organic waste. The machine can produce more than 100 times compared to other waste management techniques, thus reducing the cost of operational and maintenance by 5 times. Organic waste is pressurized by the composting equipment. The compost shelf is life increased by the pasteurization process, which also eliminates microorganisms, all life forms and other biological agents including fungi, bacteria, viruses and other biohazard creatures that are present in the compost. They are killed, rendered inert and otherwise eliminated during the sterilization process. As a conclusion, the installation of food composting machine was a milestone and a great trend to the KLCC in developing and waste management for safe and environmentally acceptable waste treatment method and of the organic waste composting equipment benefiting of the organization finance as a whole. Not only that, Malaysia Airports has a recycling program for reducing costs. The recycling program has benefited Malaysia Airport in multiple aspects, especially in terms of financial such as recycling can reduce waste disposal costs. As the organization wants to reduce the amount of waste to be sent to landfills, it also indirectly saves costs as it is really expensive to take the road every day. Not only that, Malaysia airports can also sell their waste like selling hardware materials, paper and cardboards. Instead of spending money to dispose the material, it can be turned into money which is much more benefiting to the company. Furthermore, the material can also be reused to replace something else, thus eliminating the need to buy the same material as an act of redundancy, thus saving Malaysia airports more money. This is the conclusion for the uh, Malaysia Airport waste management for reducing costs and financial benefit. Next is Nestle Malaysia. Nestle Malaysia have introduced the Zero Waste Landfill program. They have sent all the recyclable items they produce, including paper, plastic, glass, return goods to the proper recycling facilities. Each of the operation generated organic waste, which is transformed into organic fertilizer or animal feeds. The waste disposal contractor inspect the remaining materials, which are mostly broken packaging and return goods, to make sure that there is no recyclables were missed. The fuel is subsequently sent into facility for energy recovery, where it is utilized to produce useful energy. All of their rubbish is managed by vetted contractors who have been given necessary permission by the local government. Here you can see the types of waste that try to recycle, such as battery, mercury, electrical devices, lubricating oil, waste on heavy metal resin, contaminated disposed waste, contaminated waste, waste of paint, and biochemical waste. So here you can see from 2017 to 2020, the total waste has been reduced significantly. So as a conclusion for Nestle Malaysia, their program is for zero waste landfill has proved beneficial for their financial benefits. Next is the Samdabi plantation. Samdabi plantation is the last case study in Malaysia they have conducted. First is the fighting of climate change. Sandabi work very hard to achieve the sustainability company. They have a good strategies to beat the climate change, such as by investing biogas plants. The investment will cut off carbon emission by 15%, and not only that, they implement solar energy for power generation system, thus reducing the cost of energy every single month. Deforestation elimination by monitoring and healing supply to reduce the deforestation supply chain. This will 100% benefit their financial in the company. So next is the plant waste. Not to forget, the biggest waste of some W plantation is the plant. They reuse the biomass produced by the byproduct of the upstream process. The empty fruit branches are recycled at the plantation as compost, while the palm kernel shells are utilized as boiler fuel at the mills. The waste is also cleaned and used to irrigate the fields, and additionally, they are looking into option to market the empty fruit branches, palm kernel shells, and oil palm trunks, which become accessible once the trees are destroyed, to introduce Japanese businesses and stakeholders for the use of fuels. The initiative to repurpose garbage and offset emission will achieve major support if this is done, thus increase their financial benefit. Next is the reuse waste as fertilizer. Additionally, they make an effort to reduce the quantity of waste by product generated by the activities, and they dedicated to recycling and reuse as much as they can. At the upstream palm oil facilities, SDP employs the best practice for byproduct management and works to recover and repurpose every byproduct that is produced. The empty fruit branches, mesocarp fiber, and palm kernel shells are solid organic byproducts from the production operation that are recycled as fuels and composted or altered as organic fertilizer. Liquid organic byproduct is also known as POME, a residual nutrient that can be processed and used as fertilizer for the soil. Okay, this is the initiative that have been done by the Samdabi plantation. Next is the Emma properties on Burj Khalifa. Burj Khalifa is the tallest tower in the world right now. So how they do manage their waste? Let's see. First, they use solar panels. The tower consumes 5 million volt per day according to the Tristan 2018. The tower needs to reduce and sustain the waste energy management by adapting solar panels all over the tower. The electricity generated by the solar panels used to heat the water and to light up the tower itself. By doing this, the tower saved 3,200 kilowatts per day, according to the Mortimer 2002. The system is of recycling waste energy and harnessing it to it is proved by the Green Globe by having the 7-star sustainability. This can reduce the cost of electricity by a mile. Next is the external sewage system. Burj Khalifa does have a sewage system. The waste will have to be taken by a platoon of trucks every day, according to James 2002. Despite its spectacular appearance, the Burj is not connected to the city wastewater infrastructure. It has come up with the resourceful but revolting method to remove its effluent. This is because they want to sustain their waste and resources by using an already strained sewer system in Dubai itself. It can be centralized and managed properly, thus reducing cutting any unnecessary waste of money on brand new sewage system. Next initiative on the Burj Khalifa is the Clean City. They have a very efficient cleanup crew. Municipal Waste Management Department needs to attend this matter beneficially by hiring 2,500 to 300 workforces to clean the Burj Khalifa areas. There are many recycle bins in every part of the road in the city. Hired one of the they hired one of the best facility management in that to manage their waste recycled solid waste to ensure the garbage is managed properly. The department knew that it needs everyone's cooperation to keep the city clean from any waste, thus creating the law for everybody, including the citizen and tourists. If any of the people violating the law, they will get fined. The people will also be educated about the waste and keep the city clean. This is the Burj Khalifa initiative to sustain a waste, whether the energy waste, solid waste, and water waste. The clean city will attract more tourists, thus increasing the county profit by a mile. Next is the Temasek Holdings Singapore Changi Airport. They have created the policy and environment management system. The operation control procedure for proper waste disposal, on-site food digestion, exploiting and trialing technologies to reduce waste volume, and building the stakeholder awareness on waste disposal. With their current waste sustainable initiative that manages is exceed the 1.5 waste diversion rate from the incineration for passengers terminal in the 2019. They also have a very good change agent to give awareness and manage their waste properly. Like the Environment Steering Committee, they manage to manage the commercial facility management teams, development and environment waste and stability of the waste. They also have licensed and professional waste contractors to accurately manage waste. The the trend can be seen by their own adopted SDG. They adopted the good health and well-being, clean water, sanitation, decent work and economic growth, industry innovation and infrastructure, and the sustainability city and communities. Advances, e-waste also increases. For that reason, Changi Airport Group has encouraging people to start recycling the e-waste material around the airport. They recognize the e-waste has still contain valuable material to be salvaged, but also harmful to the environment if not handled properly. They have launched a number of e-waste recycling efforts over the years, including as the collecting of the Changi Airport Group Department's e-waste and annual drive with the airport partners and textile the donation drives. When the workplace e-waste bins were put in the place and staff were made more aware of the e-recycling, and the collection rate increased fourfold from the previous year. Lastly is the Bimbo Bakeries United States of America. They also have conducted a zero waste program. Bimbo Bakeries USA aims for zero waste in all areas of operation since it is crucial to the world in two particular areas, packaging and food waste. They are aware of the harm of the plastic packaging and other non-recyclable materials cause to the environment. They are also aware of the widespread food insecurity in the United States and our responsibility to assist those who are struggling with it in order to minimize the time it takes to the product into store shelf and to help prevent waste during the baking process. Bimbo Bakeries USA is also constantly looking for the method to improve its manufacturing and supply chains. Secondly, by donating and giving the free food surplus. Every food company has a food surplus at the end of the day. While most companies dispose them as garbage, Bimbo Company Bakery USA does not. They have approximately 9 million kg food surplus all across the country and they gave it all to the food banks to be distributed to all citizens. This system is not only helps their own people in need, but also reducing the products to be sent to the landfill, cutting the unnecessary cost to deliver the waste to the landfills and sustain the environment even further. Next is the water usage. Water is crucial material for baking, thus making them the need to of the enormous amount of water. Three actions can be taken by the corporation to help all the bakeries across the world use less water. They include the reducing the amount of water used during the process, treating and reusing water to restore it to the nature in the best possible form and utilizing the alternate water sources like rainwater gathering. One of the strategies to reduce water usage is by monitoring where does the water use. If the usage peak or increase in usage, they need to check with there are any leaks or not, any leakage or not. They can make this method a step further by changing all the standard water nozzle to high pressure, pressure nozzles. This nozzle can automatically reduce the water usage. The water waste can help the company in water bills and have chain impact on on all the supply chains, thus reduce the cost of water usage. This is all the company that I have conducted the case study on. So thank you for listening.